Hello, everybody, and welcome to this brand new episode of the Fargonauts, where we discuss Time Magazine's new AI Revolutionary War videos on YouTube. This is something new. This is something really new that I heard about this week that Darren Aronofsky is tied to. Hot off the heels of, his latest feature, Caught Stealing, he's now caught stealing other media to create something from AI. So we're going to watch this first video here, and then we'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
Got a boat. Dead body.
Thank you for coming quickly, Doctor.
Yeah.
It was a typhoid that got him.
Ship.
I was shocked your men even survived it. Even more
Okay.
shocked when you showed me that letter of his. You'd think a foreigner like him would know a man like that.
Mr. Payne,
Mr.
I am
Payne.
Benjamin Franklin's private physician. He has sent me to attend to your care.
Thomas Paine.
Is that like
Glad to see
the
you
action
well.
movie fucking intro?
No.
Reaching this side of the Atlantic is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin, the badass.
As I shared in London, I admire your rhetorical gifts. And I believe you arrive on our shores at a most opportune time.
How so?
The battle has begun, yet too many still are unsure of why we fight.
So,
What the hell was that?
to speak some
Let's
plain
kiss.
truth about what it means to be
Yeah.
an American,
Violins are not American.
it seems you need an Englishman.
Looks like a goddamn Sam Adams commercial right there.
You're right.
By an island.
We may as well assert that because a child
Common
has
sense.
thrived upon milk,
Inherited.
never to have
I'm trying to read what it says. The pamphlet looks so weird.
Let
Inhabitants,
us learn
America.
wisdom.
Alright.
No one by birth
Should have the right to set up his own family in perpetual preference to all others.
Forever.
What the hell? Did you see that snatch?
What the?
He's gonna eat it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What is this? Georgie?
We have it in our power to begin the world over again. A situation similar to the present hath not happened since the days of Noah until now. The birth
Oh, we had to throw Noah in there. A little hint to Aronofsky.
Right. Well, I gotta assume this is his real writings, right?
Yeah, totally.
What?
Okay.
Holy shit.
So this
What
is
the fuck?
Primordial Soup presents
Terrible.
On This Day, 1776. I would say if I was gonna rate this or critique
It
it,
fucking,
okay, we'll start
it
here.
fucking sucked.
It was the context and the content is fine. Like teaching everybody about the revolution and okay. I kind of want to play this
Just looks so.
on both
the
sides.
Uncanny Valley shit,
Yeah.
and it's like, it doesn't look good. There's really like weird jilted movements and.
Here's where my mind is like this is like renders from a video game. Like it just looks like stuff from like a cutscene of a video game of the Revolutionary War,
Right.
and you're watching like, all right, this is like the the intro of like setting the stage of the game, and you're going to be playing as Thomas
Right.
Paine, you know, gathering troops and things like that to, you know, start a revolution. It's like
Was Thomas Paine writing letters?
is writing letters and being like, hey, King, check this out. Because like this shot of old Benny, we got like uncanny valley, like you were saying, like very strange textures on his face. It's a good representation, I guess, of like actual like pictures maybe of him, paintings. Like if I looked at this guy, I'd be like, yeah, sure, he looks like the $100 bill. He looks pretty weird. Like of the time, he fits.
Some of the I don't. Some of the shots I just don't get what are included. Like the one in here, the like reaction one where he just leans in. Like, what the hell is it?
Yeah, that was a very strange. Like, let me kiss you, like right here.
Yeah, like what the hell is that?
What was that about? So, yeah,
He's just dead-eyed. Like, what the fuck?
this is kind of like
Somebody just odd
where
like that.
Robert Zemeckis, you know, when he made Polar Express,
Yeah,
it's getting to that point where it's like,
dude, I'd rather watch that than this though.
true. I mean, this was only 4.5 minutes of Uncanny Valley, whereas, you know, we have to watch kids stumble around with creepy looking elves for about 90 minutes.
Yeah, but the difference is like during this when we were watching, the whole time I'm like, what the hell is that?
Right. Well, that's weird because we know from, and I don't know if you recall, like, since we've been covering AI, since, you know, it's been becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, we're AIOGs, dude.
What we've looked through, starting out was, you know, talk to Transformer before like ChatGPT was a thing, you know, and
Yeah.
those kind of text generating prompt things.
Yep.
It's gone pretty far, and then like Gan Breeder. I don't know if you remember Gan Breeder when we made
Yep.
Biggs Darklighter.
Monstrosities. Yeah.
The big Darklighter. But now it's gotten to this point where it's starting. Chubby Soup, yep. That video and the different stories of the Avengers and things like that we
Like,
did.
Story dropping his cock and the
Yep.
like there's like so another shot in this is like when like he's delivered the paper. Oh my god, that's a nightmare.
I'll keep it there for
When
a
he
minute.
delivers those papers, because it doesn't even look like the same guy.
No, this looks way different
And
than
like
other shots.
people are, yeah, when people are, oh yeah, the Samuel Adams, like, and there's someone like in a town square or something reading it to people, and like, yeah, and there's like a shot of him from behind,
Yeah.
and like everybody's like put their arms up in the air and shit.
Yeah.
That right there, what we just passed,
Let's mute it.
like right here, and then look at that, this part right here where everyone puts their arms up and waves them back and forth. It looks so weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't look natural, right?
No, very rigid, very. I mean, I'm wondering if the approach of this is to make it just a visual representation and to make the scenery and time and place feel authentic, but you just can't get your head
Right.
you can't get your head out of this is uncanny and this is generated AI by different tools. So having that already in your head, you know, is going to be like, well, this distracts so much from the content and what they're trying to say in the story. Like, I'm just looking
Well, it's like
at the
even if
weird
you-
stuff. I'm not paying attention to what they're actually
if you-
saying.
Yeah, if you didn't know this was AI though, like still there would be so many weird shots, odd things that would distract you anyway. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I know this is like they just want to be the first and like do it, and then like it'll get, unfortunately, will get better as it goes along. But like there's a shot later when at the end of that little speech there, as they're reading the papers, when the dude finishes reading it to the king, I think.
Yeah.
Either as he's reading it to the king, and it's just like a
Oh God,
great
did you see
shot.
that? Okay. I don't know if you noticed. Look at his face, the king's face on the throne.
Yeah.
It looks like a thumb or a knuckle. He looks like a knuckle.
Oh yeah.
Knuckle King.
Oh, we got the Wilson boy. Okay,
Right
good.
here, this right here. Like, it just looks so like ugh.
Here's what I'll say though. The subject matter using this AI is fine. Like if they were doing anything else that was like, I don't know, more like sci-fi and things like, that's taking away from other talented graphic design and artists and things like that like you have to build a world around.
Too, you know what I mean?
But there's so many other things I'd rather watch, like the show John Adams, on HBO. It's like you can't top that type of drama. But if they were doing another subject that's fictional,
costume designers, hair and makeup people, all that stuff, even though it's still, voice acted or whatever, it's like, there's a million different people that just, don't have a job because of it.
Yeah, and
but that's not the same thing as jobs where, like, it's not like those jobs and everybody missed out. It's just that like that that's not a deficit. It's not taking away their jobs either.
No, but I mean, like,
with this just being like a 4-minute fucking YouTube video
of many episodes,
Time magazine thing,
and like, yeah, I mean,
I thought there was only like 2 episodes so far.
So far, yeah. Common Sense and The Flag.
Yeah,
and we'll watch The Flag next.
Now, see, if we,
but I mean, like,
I would agree with you more, Eric, if it got into like a if this was if there was a theatrical length fucking thing, then that's getting more into the territory of like people actually missing out on being able to be employed to do this. But for these quick little generations, especially, it feels like, I don't know.
It's like you might not think this is egregious, but like it's what this is the testing ground for. You know what I mean?
That's something that we should take into account, is that yes, this is beginning of the snowball where they're gonna be more and more common. I mean, we've already seen it, and I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of the slop AI videos of Star Wars and like, doing their own. Like, I should show you guys one where it's like a maybe 5-minute long little snippet of like Luke finding the Kyber for his green lightsaber, and they made a whole like generative AI video about that. But that's going to become more and more common for people to make those things.
Well, and for studios to do it. I was watching a wrestling show, right? It was AAA, like Lucha Libre wrestling that's owned by the WWE, and like they had like a AI slop ass like video package, and like one of the shots was showing their current champion, whose name is Dominic Mysterio, and their main championship and like the WWE Intercontinental title, and they show him like standing on like the corner turnbuckle holding one of the belts up in the air while he has another one around his waist, and like it's like shifting because it's got this effect on it that's just kind of like a whirling kind of look to it. But at one point, the belt around his waist turns into a belt with or an AEW belt, which is the rival company
Uh-oh.
to WWE.
Whoopsie.
So like, yeah, it was fucking stupid. But like, yeah, so I mean, obviously the shit's making its way out. It's like, yeah, these are just shitty little 4-minute whatevers, but it's the, he said you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's the beginning of the snowball.
Here's
So,
what I do like about this.
That's my main gripe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there with you too, because it is just going to become more and more prevalent. But I like these interstitial things. If you're using AI to just get this mood, I enjoyed this part. When it gets to the people, I'm like, no. But like a swinging lantern, the ship's mast in the fog or something like that, like maybe walking boots and things like that. But like this little pan up to the ship, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna like spend $1 million to get like an actual like scaled ship and then like put it in a set on the water.
Or CGI it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably elements and things like that, but you still have to buy those packages of like, ILM ships in the dark or whatever. I mean, studios have those already on hand that they've created just for future use. But I liked those things about this, like the consistent color, I guess, of most of it, because I think that was another thing that they filtered through actual artists was like after everything was prompted out, they would go back, and if some things were not the correct color and like tone and skin color, they adjusted it. Yeah. So
I think it makes.
I mean,
the only way that I can see this making sense in any sort of like industry is less as actual generation towards content and more generation as a tool. So like it was just pointed out to me recently that Walmart, their website actually has like a pretty decent function for you to be able to pick, like, let's say you're looking at a shirt or pants or something, you can actually look at this item on their website and choose a physical model that is actually close enough to your body type. Like you put in your height, your weight, and then they gave you 5 different body types to choose from, and etc. And so like there's that where you could just say like put in your description and it shows, or like Tyler, you're talking about mood, like just using something like this to like pitch an idea, like it, in the same kind of way that you would use concept art. Just have somebody who's like,
that's a good point,
just using a generation to just be like, hey, here's like, we're trying to convey just really quick some like boop 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 quick ideas, and then from this we get the people to do the things that will become reality.
That's a good point. I will post something real quick. There was a things mood.
Yeah, like obviously there's a lot of
demo.
Like helpful, logical, good uses for that stuff. It's just for me, my hang up will always be doing anything creative for monetary gain using generative.
So back in the day, people would do these sizzle reel, like mood reels for pitching to studios and being like, hey, I'm making this show, and they would kind of jumble up together like all these different shots of films that they're kind of basing it on. So they would throw in like E.T. and like all these kids, riding their bike just for like that little shot. They'd just splice in different parts of different movies to sell studios on like, here's the mood I'm trying to convey, Obviously that's from Poltergeist, and look, there's Jaws, and just you want to feel this mood, and here's kids, bikes at school, and all these different things, and kids seeing weird stuff. So it's all these different elements. But what Wilson's saying is you can do that now as like a proof of concept of like, here, this is I'm putting down my thoughts, and it's generating like what I think this could be, and that would be
Right.
a better approach to be like, hey, studios, here's my idea,
Well,
and this is
especially,
what it
like-
would kind of look like when we actually produce it.
Right. And you're already, like you were saying, they're already using other, people's material just for that. And it's nothing they're making money. It's just here's a thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get that. That's a use of that tool, not against. For sure.
But let's watch the flag real quick. This one's a little bit shorter.
My lords and
This is the one that I
the
actually
rebellious war
watched.
in
So
the province
Okay.
of Massachusetts Bay is become more general.
yeah, there's all
is
the telltale
manifestly
signs to me
carried on
of
for the purpose
AI,
of
and
establishing
it does
an
seem like touched up a little bit after the
independent
fact, or a little masked, but it's still so fucking bad.
It is now
I love
become the
these-
part of
These
wisdom
fucking action movie
to put a
intros.
speedy end to these disorders by the most decisive exertion.
What is this, a fucking David Fincher movie?
I have increased my which shall be disposed to return to its allegiance. See
Charles
that this
Dance.
gets to Mr. Washington.
Oh, General William Howe. Oh, the badass again.
The mast from that British sloop Diana we captured. Has it been placed on Prospect Hill?
It has, sir.
George Washington accent.
Damn it! Get this flag and run it up it.
Then have them run this up it.
Bitch.
And gather the men.
You son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
It is not in the case of history.
Connor.
Massachusetts! Connecticut! Jersey! New York! North Carolina!
But also something
Texas.
more, something greater. We are now
North Dakota.
of the United Colonies
Hawaii.
of North America.
Wait, what?
This year, look forward. The slaw.
Born to slop. So, with that too, it had a similar feeling. It was even more so in that episode than the one we watched first, where like so many of these, I don't know if it's just the fault of it being AI or if it's like poor direction. But, like, so many of these just seem like little pointless shots and like
Very quick
reaction
shots.
shots and little they're just very quick, random. Like it feels disjointed. It like doesn't feel cohesive. I
There's-
thought the half of that document was really cheesy.
Zoop,
Mhm.
zoop,
Like,
zoop.
The quick handoffs and then the spinning around days and nights, and that was dumb.
It looks like the
Um,
ship is just
It went in circles.
Like
and like,
spinning,
all right, we're back.
revolving in the water, not time passing. It's just fucking. God, it's so
Yeah.
bad.
We should have like
There's so many. Like, the other thing I noticed, again, I don't know if it's quote unquote direction or if it's just because that's what it kept spitting out at them, but like there's so many behind the head shots of people
yep.
in both of
Mhm.
these.
A lot of slow turnarounds and like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm George fucking Washington.
And then it's me.
Go, 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 go. Those action movie intros. That's my favorite part.
With
That's my
their
favorite part of this whole thing is the fucking
Yeah.
with their
action
Dean
movie intros of everybody.
their Dean Koontz font or their
Yeah.
Tom Clancy or something.
Yeah,
Ta-
yeah.
Yeah, Dan Badalamenti.
Oh. Yeah. I just
Yeah, and you can see how it's
Stop.
like a lot of these were based on like still images because when you're just
Yeah.
going through a bit by bit here, it looks good and there's not like a lot of motion blur is and there's like
that's what makes it
but
weird.
you can see
too.
how it kind of
Too
came
clean.
from generated just images and then it made little bits of video that they cut together. It's it's hard to pardon me, really call it like direction or whatever. You
That's
know,
what I say. That's quote unquote direction. Like it's just in the editing, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It bums me out. Aronofsky's doing it.
but is he the person typing in the prompts? I don't understand what the fuck that means. Like he's
don't know.
I really don't.
I don't know if he's like supplying a creative vision or if he's, I don't know, herding cats. I have a fucking.
What creative vision? It's the Revolutionary War. It's not like he's making the story.
That's where I'm lost
well, I mean,
too.
but like,
And
like
then
the
there was this group of people called the British, and they
how it's
didn't
more
like
so like
this one type of religion.
not the obviously not the well maybe the writing, but like more so how the thing's composed or stitched together or edited. I don't. Or they just
Really?
threw his name on there.
Like this,
I don't know.
so poorly thought through too. Like the execution of all this really just feels like, okay, Revolutionary War, okay, but you didn't. It's weird that they didn't like, because we've pointed out a couple of people that do look some, you know, have passing similarities to real celebrities, but like it's kind of strange that Darren Aronofsky or Time Magazine or whomever didn't actually get real people to sign off and be like, sure, use my face, like put me in these generations. Who gives a shit? Or like, you know, give me kickback or do
People
something.
who wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who wouldn't, but then there are people who would for sure.
Yeah, but I think most of your big celebrities aren't going to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how big they are. It just matters that they are literally any celebrity. Like if Christina Ricci says yes, fucking put her in here. It doesn't matter.
Right. I just think that so many actors would be opposed to it. Yeah, I don't know. They like. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely, I doubt that this is a union job.
Well, let's
You know
play.
what I mean?
Let's play a little bit of devil's advocate, and let's dial the clock back 20, 30 years, whenever they started introducing CGI, right? And CGI generated characters.
40 years.
It was like 40 years ago?
Well, Tron had some of the first widely used CG in a movie.
Okay.
And their young Indiana Jones had the like first completely CGI character or whatever, which was the like stained glass dude or whatever.
Right.
But the first full film done in CGI was Toy Story.
Right. And do you think that there
Which was
was
95.
conversations, like, remember when Final Fantasy Spirits Within came out, where they tried to look more human? Like, they tried to make things just like a cutscene from a video game, like I talked about before, where this is just looking like video game cutscenes. And do you think there was this discussion back then where they're like, well, now we have things looking this real, you know, we should really take into account, like, maybe studios are going to make something like this. I mean, at the time, it was probably not cost effective, but over time, maybe it becomes cheaper and cheaper to produce these things, and it seems like it has been.
Like anything, you know what I mean? I mean, that's why you get the movement from, or one of the reasons you get the movement from traditional 2D animation to CG, you know? And probably why we're going to get the transition from CG to AI slop too. So it becomes cheaper, saves them money.
Yep.
Whatever's going to be the first like Shrek CG animated, because Toy Story was you know, I want to say like successful enough, but I remember Shrek really being like the first, like, as far as like selling hella DVDs, just being like a powerhouse of the medium of like, in certain ways.
Yeah. Well, it was like the next step kind of after the Pixar stuff, right?
Well, there's some shots in Shrek if you look
I
back
guess so.
at it, like they really did a good job of capturing realistic like humans.
Yeah.
Toy Story didn't really do that. Like they were like
Well,
Andy was
because it
kind
was
of
still more cartoon.
it
right?
was, but
Still
like
more
there was
cartoon.
Andy and the mom and Sid
That first
was
one is rough.
big prominent parts of
Yeah,
it.
the first one, the people
That's
are
I mean,
ghoulish.
it's the first, right? The first is always going to be rough. It gets honed and
But then
perfected
again,
over time.
it's like you're saying with the first, like Toy Story kind of set things up so that like it walked so that other ones could run. It showed people what could happen, and then when people are familiar with the idea of a CG movie, then you start saying, "Oh, well, here's one with fucking Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, Mike Myers," and then people are getting excited about it.
General George Washington.
Yeah.
General George Washington showing up for real.
Well, and you have obviously in live action movies, as well as obviously they've used it with video games a bunch too, as facial scans and motion capture and all that stuff, right?
Fully realized worlds like
CG.
Avatar, where it's just motion capture on the people. Like we were talking about earlier, Polar Express is just all Tom Hanks doing his thing.
You got the Hulk in the Avengers movies, which is motion capture, facial capture. Same Thanos,
See what I like
all
about
stuff like that.
what I like about the tool and AI is not just generating prompts into motion video, is like doing what James Cameron tries to do with seeing the result of your shot in a motion capture arena space, or like on the volume with Mandalorian, where it's just projected onto a screen, where it's like you're using generative AI to fill in these little gaps, like help you along and be like, here, if you don't know like kind of what you're looking at, and I'm taking like Avatar as an example, it's like, all right, we're in this like empty void of a space and all you have is a camera on your head. You look at the monitor and it's like, oh, this is your scene. This is like what you're looking at. And AI is then helping relay that information to the performers. That's where I see like this marriage could be like, simpatico. Like we're helping each other out.
Or it's like you're seeing you're seeing, like you were saying, because they already do to a degree, when they are doing the motion capture, they have the rough figure.
They have like a
on the screen already,
low poly or whatever, like not fully realized, but it's there. But you could eventually do that.
You could using that generative, like, to be able to visualize what it looks like while you're filming
throw an
it.
extra zhuzh on top of it with it to like.
Well, and not even like using it for the actual movie necessarily, just using it as a tool so you can see what is happening.
Yeah.
More clearly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then then the artists come in after and actually build the thing. It's just a tool so you can see generally what's going or what it might look like, so you can better envision scene.
Yes, and that's kind of what I'm thinking, is because these studios do have assets at the ready from prior things that they've already made. So it's like, all right, it's like this. So they use that as a source, and they recontextualize it through an AI generation thing. Like, but it's like this. It's this, but tweaked like this. So this is what I want to convey in the final version of the video.
Well, you can even like, a thing they could do would be like take storyboards or a set designer's like sketch or drawing painting of a scene or a setting, and you could feed that into it and give it like a CGI overlay or something to then like use that as the thing that you're envisioning this scene over while you're filming it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
I think so there needs to be
you're generating in the background of this, like we were saying, in the specific situation of the mocap, and using it as a way to better envision what you're filming, and so the actors can kind of see too, and all that, what you're getting at. If you in that scenario, use the storyboards or the scene paintings or whatever that, or drawings that set designers do, and then just throw that in the filter, and you can actually see what they look like in this designed space.
Yep.
I could see that.
So that's something that I wanted to touch on too, is, you know, copywritten things and laws. Like, this is a lawless medium right now.
Is this, I was gonna say, like, is this even copyrighted? Like, can you copyright this?
Exactly. Like, I mean, it's something to talk about, because eventually, you know, it's going to be making copywritten material. It's probably, this is probably using copywritten material to get this
100%.
this face, or I mean, something about this.
I assume that the script was actually written, right?
Yeah, I could say.
Oh, is that
okay? That's safe to say.
So, like, I don't know if they used AI for that too. I don't know.
It feels like
if it was written by somebody, then you can totally copyright at least the scripts, right, and the audio of the recording, but like video, you can't.
Right.
You know.
So let's just touch on the lawlessness of AI as it stands now. Like, there's no.
It's the Wild West.
It's the Wild West right now. Anything goes. You can just put things up and generate voices that sound similar to other people without really any, you know, lawsuit being filed your way at the current moment. But there does need to be.
Oh, you can. People have sued over, like, you know, like, who was it? Was it Scarlett Johansson or something? Where
Yep, that's true.
Voice for GPS or whatever sounded like her, and it's like, nope, she didn't give the rights to her voice at all.
Yep.
So I mean, you can. That stuff can be sued.
That is very. That's. I mean, but there's not like a overreaching full law about AI and generative AI and tools.
There's not enough laws or, at this point, previous cases for precedent.
Yes.
To, you know, build anything around at this point.
Scarlett's one of them.
There's only a handful. There's like a handful that have been, you know, I know some artists or some other people have sued AI companies or give them cease and desists over work that is clearly inspired by their work, and I think some of the companies have taken their stuff out of it, you know.
Yep.
But an interesting side effect of this now, because it's definitely affected the comic world a few times, where various artists and cover artists have been busted for using AI, and then they lose, obviously, because they, you know, obviously from pressure of all the other creatives and whatever, you know, then they lose jobs over that, and rightfully so, in my opinion. But and now, like, all the big comic companies have come out and said, like, we, you know, tolerate the usage of AI or anything like that in our books. Comic conventions have banned the sales of AI art at conventions. But an interesting side effect of this is there's a cover artist, got his start out on DeviantArt back in the day, got really popular, was swiped up to do comic covers as an artist named Art Germ.
Oh, sure. Yep. I recall that.
Yeah, and he does very, like, they're like very, like, computer rendered, kind of anime influenced covers. A lot of his most famous ones are actually of ladies, very pretty ladies. It's still common. But recently he had a cover for, like, Supergirl or something, and a bunch of people, like, tried crying a foul that it was like AI or something, and everybody instantly was like, no. Like, this is, I mean, he provided, like, evidence of his, you know, creative process for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, the reason why everybody's saying this is because so many fucking AIs are being trained off of his style.
Oh God.
Like, it's like, it's one of those where it's people think it's because they've seen so many things generated that probably have his influence in the mix, you know. Let's see here quick.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now
So
artists
it's
are gonna be like, yeah, getting called out on it and being like, no, dude, I could show you the process.
like, and like, there's a lot of them who have been called out and are 100% have done it, and we know that. But like, it's funny because a person gets called out, and the reason why is it becomes like, because his shit is so popular that all that stuff's trained on it, you know. I just sent an image over of one of his covers as an example.
Okay.
And you can see when you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, I can, you know, see how like, you know, we've seen a lot of things that look like this.
Sure. Yep.
From it.
Yep.
Because of that, you know.
Mm-hmm. For sure. A lot of the lighting and shading and
yeah.
Yep.
And it's entirely, like I said, because, you know, because we've done, when we were messing around early on in the early days, when we did, like, there's that, like, was it something we found? But I think it's something we found where someone did a Batman comic or something. And like, I was looking at it as we were looking at it, and I was like, okay, so that's, you know, that's a Mike Allred thing that's based off of like Brian Ball and stuff. That looks like, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Where you could clearly pick out what that thing was trained off of. And that's so yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's just funny now that an artist whose work this shit was trained off of had to defend himself because his shit looks like the shit that is ripping his own stuff off.
Yeah. Like I said at the top of the video, Wilson, that, you know, we've come a long way as far as, you know, our channel when we've dove into AI, you know, starting all the way back with Talk to Transformer and Wambo and Ganbreeder with Biggs Darklighter and, you know, like those weird creations and abominations we've made. And it's gotten to this point where we have Google DeepMind and Sora AI, and
we've got incredibly realistic looking renders of people. Like, it's because we are, you know, for better or worse, we are AI OGs, right? So
we have the authority, I think, to, you know, call out what is good about AI and what is detrimental because of what we've seen.
Stuff that it could see using, and that would do the least damage to the creative community.
Yes.
Like, obviously, like things like Wilson brought up with the Walmart thing, or like any of the other, like, you know, there's a lot of AI usage and things and whatever. Like, that's different, right? That's a useful tool, you know, get us to certain places. Obviously, because all of us, we all greatly care about creative things and the creative process, that like this is the stuff that we're more kind of honed in on. And like this is the stuff that's more dangerous for, you know.
Well, I will say in a conclusion, I've seen so many other representations of the Revolutionary War. I don't care that this exists too. This one is short. It's stuff I've already known and seen from other media. It's not a big deal.
Unnecessary.
This subject matter to me, I'm so far removed from that time. I mean, it's the history. It's the history of our nation, but it's like I read all this in school. I don't care. This kind of
so many better film representations.
Yes. So there's other things, and there's an oversaturation of this type of thing already in existence. I don't care this version of it exists. It's whatever.
No. Like I said, the only reason that I care this exists is the fact that it exists, and it's like you said, it's the snowball at the top of the hill, you know?
Yep.
or the, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's out there now, so now people are going to start doing it. That's the sketchy part that I mainly don't like about this. So
Yeah. Anything in final conclusion here for anybody else?
this is slop.
Slop. It's
AI, generative AI.
I said it should be called
Don't-
revolutionary slop.
Don't use it for entertainment, and I think we're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say it just it keeps bringing into my mind that once you approach something under the guise of we're using AI, that's all the audience is going to be looking at. They're not going to be paying attention to any of the story or any of the atmosphere. They're just going to be looking for the imperfections and the uncanniness of the AI, because it's still in that weird realm right now. It's
like
so
we do
distracting.
every time though, just like every time we do with those Zemeckis movies, right?
Yep. Beowulf.
It's distracting more than anything.
It's very distracting. I can't really pay attention to the story or the plot when I'm looking like, oh yeah, I'm watching a CG thing. I'm watching Grendel freak out in the dark, and it's just distracting.
Yeah. It's just I this didn't need to exist either. Like, why did this have to exist other than Time wanting to do something and do it cheap and get some money off of fucking 250th anniversary of the country? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And
that's all it is.
Using AI is also probably like, any news, bad or good, is news for them. Like they wanted to make a splash somehow and get ratings up, or people viewing the content and making videos like we have, being like, hey, whatever.
Like that ad revenue, might be enough to offset the 12 people they paid to make this thing.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you think of this, and just where you think this is going. If you don't mind this, or if you have other things that you watch that is like made with AI, let us know what is actually good and like is hard to discern if it is AI or not, because since we've been around the block, we kind of know what's AI, so it's really hard for us to be like fooled into thinking that it's real. It's really hard.
And because we've always approached it as, when we've used it, because this is just a fun thing that we're doing for fun. This is not like, we don't think it's seriously art or anything.
I don't want to monetize. Fun. I don't want to take away anything other than like the ideas that come into our head.
We don't want to take the humanity out of the art, right?
Yeah. And to react
a little dystopian that way.
Our reactions in all of these aren't just like, oh, that's so cool. It's always us goofing off and like making a farce of what we've created. Like, that's just insane. Like, we get to that point where
earlier on we did some stuff that were like, oh, that is cool, or we were like, would be like, oh, let's see if we can do something that looks like Jack Kirby, or we can do whatever. But we were just discovering it.
Yes.
And we were seeing like what it was doing, how it could do it, and just like, we weren't, it wasn't a condoning the thing creatively. It was just like, we were just exploring.
And that was over 6 years ago or so. So like,
that's fucking crazy.
When we first started doing those generative images, and
time flies, boys.
Very rudimentary and very not at the level of where it is now. So
no, I just think about some of the fucking absolute nightmares we did on, like, was it Ganbreeder or what? Like, there's the one where we had
Dolly,
or Dolly, when we had like an album cover from Queen, and it did some like weird nightmarish thing with it.
Yep.
Like, Like, that's those are the good old days, man.
Where that one St. Patrick's video where we just did a whole collage of us doing like random St. Patrick's Day things, like jumping in a pot of gold and like you're dancing with a leprechaun and
We goofing.
The weird, horrifying people that we used to create with like, I don't remember if it was Gambreeder or not, but we could move sliders around and it would just become like these
Yep, that was Gambreeder.
fluorescent colored,
We turned
desiccated people, and
we turned like a backpack into Yoda or Yoda into a backpack at one point. I thought that was funny. We just slide it a little bit more. It's like, oh, now it's a couch.
Some classic goofing.
We just slide up that couch slider a little bit more. Oh, yep, it's a couch. Yeah.
here's another good use for AI. Tell it, hey, go through these videos and find the top 10 moments of blank and give it the parameters, and it'll be like, okay.
It'd be so funny if they had it had the capability / like they somehow forgot to take the possibility out of just like being like, hey, AI, shut yourself down.
Shut down.
Shut yourself down.
We'll be right back. Thanks for joining us.
Ooh.
And I have to ask my guys about this shower thought that I had, so stay tuned for that.
Oh, bullshit.
God.